Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. For those keenly following this year's presidential elections, I know you might have noticed or realized this. In the few past days, William Ruto and his team have been complaining more than they were actually doing before, while Raila's team are now appearing more confident and more sure of Tuesday's elections than they were actually doing before. So it appears things have now changed. Instead of Raila's team now complaining, William Ruto and his team are the ones now complaining. I know you might have noticed that. Yesterday, William Ruto called a press briefing where he claimed that the government had planned to rig this year's presidential elections. William Ruto never stopped there. William Ruto has actually written a letter to IEBC just claiming that government plans on rigging elections more so in his strongholds of Kalenjin Rift Valley and on the mountain. And that's a story that I want us to have a look here, for it's going to form the basis of our analysis and the discussion right now. In case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Yes. Earlier today, Standard Digital captured this story. Standard Digital. The United Democratic Alliance has written to the chairperson of the IEBC, Wafula Chebukati, alleging a plot by the government to suppress voter turnout in Deputy President William Ruto's strongholds. DP Ruto, vote numbers under threat, Uda says in a letter to Chebukati. Yes, that's the letter. And if you go through that story, the Star is reporting that William Ruto has indeed written a letter to IEBC claiming that the government tends on thwarting voter turnouts in its strongholds, more so in Kalenjin Rift Valley and in some parts of the mountain. That's William Ruto's claims to IEBC. So in this video, just as usual, I want us to dig deep into that to see exactly what is happening here. Because we are in a game of politics, and politics is never a straight line. There are some compelling reasons making William Ruto write that letter to IEBC. And it's also very interesting that all along, William Ruto was not complaining. He's now just complaining only 3 days to the elections, while all along, he was very, very confident. If you look at it objectively, I'm seeing a William Ruto who has realized late in the day that there is some serious voter apathy in his strongholds, that being in Kalenjin Rift Valley and more so on the mountain, or rather in some parts of the mountain. William Ruto has realized late in the day that there is serious voter apathy in those areas. So William Ruto, the only way, or rather the only thing he can now do, is to pass the blame to somebody. And the soft spot here is the government. The government wants to suppress voter turnout in my strongholds. The truth of the matter, Ruto has realized there is serious voter apathy in his strongholds. The way he thought maybe these people were going to turn out to vote, is realizing that actually not interested in voting. And I'm saying that because if you look at the mountain, there won't be a mountain candidate, a serious mountain candidate in the presidency, or rather gunning for the presidency. And that alone to me convinces me, or rather proves it to me, that the turnout that was witnessed in 2013 and 2017 might not be witnessed in this year's election. We might most likely we are going to see a drop in the turnout on the mountain. And that is going to affect William Ruto seriously. I tend to believe that's just one thing William Ruto might have realized. And then secondly, William Ruto has done his calculations and is seeing no chance of actually winning this year's elections. Numbers are not just adding up for him. So William Ruto, in my honest opinion, is preparing to go to court. Now he's just trying to prepare his case. And some of the things William Ruto most likely will take to the Supreme Court is that the government suppressed voter turnouts in his strongholds. I'm just seeing a clever William Ruto just preparing for the Supreme Court. Already knows he's going to lose. He is not going to win. I'm seeing William Ruto just preparing his case to take to the Supreme Court. That's exactly, again, what I'm seeing there. And if you look at it from another angle, I'm seeing a William Ruto who maybe is actually daring to even intimidate IEBC or to influence IEBC into inflating, or rather adding him votes in his strongholds, that being the mountain and maybe in Kalenjin Rift Valley. I'm seeing a daring William Ruto who just wants to actually play some psychological games here, but just trying to intimidate IEBC into inflating his votes in Kalenjin Rift Valley and also on the mountain. So the other side, or the Azimio team, must make sure they are very keen in those areas, especially in Kalenjin Rift Valley and on the mountain. The Azimio agents must be very, very careful in those areas, because this is just it can be a clever gimmick here by William Ruto indirectly intimidating IEBC to give him extra votes or more votes in those areas. And maybe this can also explain that initially William Ruto might have had that kind of a strategy or a plan by IEBC. But now that all the loopholes are being blocked, or rather have been blocked, William Ruto is now just being forced to use maybe an orthodox means, to achieve that initial plan. That's also something I'm seeing here. And above all, ladies and gentlemen, those are just indications of a person clearly panicking. And William Ruto is panicking at this juncture because William Ruto talks more than actually necessary. As Raila's team were actually addressing their concerns and issues, William Ruto was very busy castigating Raila Odinga. In fact, he was stating Raila Odinga actually feared losing the elections. Now look at Raila and look at William Ruto. 3 days to the election. Who seems scared? Who is now afraid of that election? Raila is not complaining. William Ruto is actually complaining. And that's just an indication William Ruto is not smart politically. He talks more than actually necessary. I honestly believe that in the first place, William Ruto made a very big blunder by showing his confidence and trust in IEBC. I still maintain and I believe that that might have been a trap, even though William Ruto might have been in collusion with one or two commissioners at IEBC. William Ruto ought not to have come out in the open to declare and show his confidence in IEBC, because that makes it very hard for William Ruto now to turn around to accuse IEBC. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a William Ruto wants to actually accuse IEBC of planning to rig him. But now that he had declared his confidence and trust in IEBC, he does not know how. He will now turn around to accuse that IEBC. That's also something I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. And as I conclude, Tuesday's elections, in my honest opinion, I tend to believe it's a done deal. Chances are very minimal for William Ruto to win this year's elections. And that's the kind of analysis we always do here. We don't beat about the bush. Chances of Ruto winning this year's elections are almost zero. numbers are just not on his side. William Ruto cannot win a presidential election basing his vote on only 2 regions. You can't have an opponent beating you in all regions of Kenya and then even dream of beating that kind of an opponent. It's technically not possible. And that's why I believe if the polls will be free and fair, and this is something I'm saying with a lot of confidence, if the polls will be free and fair, Raila's margin over William Ruto will even be bigger than actually Kenyans think. It will be a very big margin. Let me stop it there for now. In case you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. To any other person, that's the kind of analysis we do here. We don't beat about the bush. In case you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe. God bless you, God bless Kenya.